episode 8. We are going a second round with Eddie Castro. I was going to say round
Right.
2, and I was like, that's actually a die-cast company, so I won't
It's
say
actually a
round 2.
Are they still around? I don't remember.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
round
Yeah,
2.
they just got I think they took over Johnny Lightning and all that. I think they're
Yeah.
new owners too, actually. But anyways, we've got our guest that we love, Eddie Castro, art director of Maisto and Barago. Hello, thanks for joining us back again.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited
Yeah,
because
no,
I know what we're going to talk about. So,
yeah, I know, right? It's so fun. I feel like you have some new boards back there that I didn't see last time.
oh, yeah. I think
Yeah.
because I was facing a different way. So, yeah, I've got
Oh,
a
okay. So
Mark Gonzalez back there.
how many boards do you actually have? Are they just like
I don't
art,
know.
or do you actually?
I mean, if it was up to me, I'd have like a whole shit ton of them. But, um, I got a signed cab, and I would say I probably have about 20 to 30. I don't know if I have that many,
Oh,
but
nice.
around 20 at least.
And do you actually use them, or are they just art, or both?
I use some of them, and then some just hang on the walls, like especially like the old school ones that are just from my childhood, my
Yeah,
teenage years growing up.
yeah, you got to keep them.
Yes, some of
Actually,
them are. Yeah, I don't want to mess up.
no, totally. Tyrone from Rim Riders said he's going to send me one of his new. Did you see his new stuff that he's got? He's got a new
You know what?
exclusive
I
line
saw
with
something
only
recently. I can't
250.
remember what it was though.
Yeah.
What's he doing right now?
It's just some new art, and he's doing 10 to 15, I think, of each one. It's really cool. It's
Oh,
like
cool.
cherry blossom and some cartoon on there. It's really beautiful. So I'm kind of excited about that. So
Yeah, that's cool.
the last time you were here, we talked about some muscle machines. So we opened up that box and talked about a couple of the pieces there. Now I
Yeah,
wanted to talk about this guy right here.
Old
So
Smokey.
this is Old Smokey, 1949 F1.
Rest in peace,
So
Old Smokey.
I know. So the builder of this truck, Scott Birdsall, right? Is that how you say it? Scott
Mm-hmm.
Birdsall?
Scott Birdsall,
Uh,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So this truck actually broke Pikes Peak diesel record in 2020. Now, if you don't know, this is the real truck is a 14 horsepower turbocharged Cummins engine, 1400 horsepower in a vintage truck.
Yeah.
It's absolutely bonkers.
And he
Anyway,
rocketed that thing up the mountain.
yeah, and he broke the record. And he was
Yep.
I think he was trying to break his own record, just like
He
what
was
last
trying to
week,
break
right?
it again, and I think was it last year or I don't remember what year it was, but it was not that long ago that he tried to attempt it again, and he ended up in a ditch and had to rebuild a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, unfortunately, what was it, like a week ago?
Yeah, I think it was 6 days
Week and
ago.
a half ago
So
or something.
he was
Yeah,
attempting to
not
break the
too
record
far ago.
again in this truck. And he was coming up, I think they call it Lightning Hill or something, or Lightning Corner or something like
Hmm.
that. It's a
Something
super
like that,
sharp,
yeah.
yeah. So you're climbing, and it's a super sharp corner, and it's 175 feet up. And he was taking the corner, and he had a brake failure, and it's crazy to even say, but this truck went over the cliff down
Hmm.
175 feet, rolled I don't even know how many times.
I think he said 7 or 8 times, 7 to 8 times,
Oh
something like that.
my God. And believe it
And
or
there's
not,
footage of it.
yes, and you know what? I did watch it because
Hmm.
I knew that he lived, and he actually
Yeah.
walked out
Yeah.
unscathed
Thank
and
God.
uninjured, not even a concussion. It was nuts.
Yep.
I watched, and that's the only
All
reason I
all
watched it.
thanks to all thanks to his roll cage and safety equipment.
Definitely, yeah. And when I watched the video, the inside shot, you could actually see the snow coming into the cab. and like building up all
Yeah.
around him, and it's just,
Yeah, and he
oh
was
my
kind of
god.
like buried in the snow a little bit. He had to dig himself out.
Yeah. And those rollovers, oh my god. I can't even
He's
imagine what
probably
it's going through his
lucky.
head.
He's probably lucky that the snow was on the mountain, right? I would imagine that that kind of like took some
Maybe
of the
cushioned it a
impact
bit,
away.
yeah, and maybe
Yeah, a little bit
slipped
maybe.
the truck off rather than like hitting hard so many times. I mean, but he still rolled over so many times. So
Yeah, so
somebody's
crazy.
looking out for him for sure because holy crap,
Yep.
just walked right out of it. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, like you said, rest in peace. This is the only truck that is living. So
Yeah, we're
completely
actually.
totaled.
I haven't even talked to him yet, but
Okay.
I want to do another version of Old Smokey, because he's gone through some different iterations of it, you know. So
Yeah, yeah.
you know, might as
That
well,
would
right?
be cool. Yeah, that would be
I think it'll
cool.
be
And I
cool.
mean,
Yeah, because he's had one where like the hood is like the most recent one, the hood was closed, and then I think he had white wheels on it. I'm not sure if he raced up the mountain with the white wheels, but he did have a set of white wheels on it.
I just can't even believe how
But
fast
yeah,
that truck is. Twin turbo Cummins, like holy
yeah,
wow.
and he raced it against Ken Block too, right? I think we mentioned
Yeah,
that last time, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Um, and then so I guess after that happened or whatever, that race hit the record did get broken by a different two cars, I think they said. So
Oh, okay.
so Old Smokey lost the title and the truck.
Someone took the diesel record.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
he'll be
It
back,
was it
I'm
was a
sure.
car too. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
car
wow,
too.
crazy.
So yeah, I think he's already got another project or something that he's already racing. I can't remember what it is, but he's already got something
He's
he's
got
working on.
like an off-road Porsche that he's building.
Hmm,
He's got a bunch
I
of
think that was
stuff
it.
going
Yeah.
on. I know he's got a Toyota Supra in his
Oh wow,
garage.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. I would love to twin turbo my Super B. There's one guy that did it, and he's
Heck
got a
yeah.
very similar car to mine in the States. But my if I did mine, it would be the only one in Canada. I think that would be really cool.
It'll be awesome.
But gas, not diesel. That would be just nuts.
Yeah. As long as they'll let us keep using gas, right?
I know. And that's what I was worried about. Like, I don't know if you go to the SEMA show. I
Hmm.
think we talked about this. Okay, you do, yeah. So I was thinking, like, what is that going to be like when, it's
When
all
it's
going to be
all electric.
electric cars? Yeah, like,
Yeah.
is it going to be
Did you
so
go
fun?
last year?
I did, yeah. And it
So
was good.
yeah,
It
they
was
had
good.
a big area of a lot of electric vehicles in
They
there.
did. And then a lot of the brands showed off like their hybrids and all of that.
Hmm.
So it was kind of a little bit of a transition, but I know at least for
Yeah.
Dodge, they're transitioning their assembly plants next year. So this
Mm.
is like the only year you can go and see, the place where your car was actually built. They're actually doing
Yeah.
that in Brampton next month, and I was thinking about going, but might be a
Oh, cool.
little late notice. Travel across country. Um, so tell me a little bit about what you've been up to, project
um,
or
right
Disney.
now we're just trying to finish our 2024 stuff
Okay.
for our catalog for 2024. Um, we've got a plan for muscle machines. I can't really say like which titles we're doing,
Yeah, okay.
um, but we do have a plan for 2024 for some new stuff.
Okay.
Um,
Well, we know you've kind of been
and
going the direction of like JDM and the exotics, so that's kind of cool.
yeah,
So maybe
we're trying to like
something,
sprinkle in a little bit of everything,
yeah.
you know, like not keep it so like one genre specific, you know,
Hmm. Hmm. Like
trying to mix it
the
up.
original, yeah,
Yeah, the original was just all classic muscle cars, which
yeah,
I mean, it was awesome. You know, I
yeah,
mean, that's why we love the brand and why we wanted to acquire it back in the day. Um, but I just think it's cool, you know, to like put a like a modern twist on it and have some
definitely.
stuff that maybe some of the you know, other collectors that maybe wouldn't have bought muscle machines are buying it. They're chasing
Mhm,
after. They're
mhm.
digging the chase pieces that we're putting out. Like I see a lot of folks talking about that stuff and
They
trying to hunt
definitely
them
are.
down.
You guys have definitely
Yeah,
brought in a different collector, I would say.
yeah. And there's some guys that I know that like are like classic, muscle
Yeah,
machines guys, and they're probably not really into, like when we throw in a JDM or, a
yeah.
German car or something, but
Mhm.
it's like you either like it or you don't, you don't have to buy them all.
Yeah. So personally, I am the older JD or the older muscle machines person. So I was
Hmm.
telling you I have them. And remember I did that video
Yeah.
after I showed you in the bedroom all up atop. I had all those ones
Yeah.
there. So when these new ones came out with the black cards, I was like, I don't know. I wasn't sold right away, but when I got this box and I got to see them up close, I was like, actually, you know what?
Hmm.
These are pretty cool. And now you're making like Old Smokey. Like, we watch videos of
Yeah.
this truck and, interviews from the builder, and it's really cool. And now you're going to do different versions. That's kind of
Right.
cool. Some
And
people think
it's
like that.
given us a story to tell with with the cars that we're picking, and
Hmm.
then also like with Old Smoky, it's a 49 F100 pickup, so like
Hmm. Hmm.
we're gonna make an F100 pickup, that's not
Yep.
raced
A
out, like
custom.
it's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
just a stock like muscle with the
Yep.
with the blown motor in it. But
Yeah.
so it's still a muscle machine, but
Yeah. You definitely have to do yeah, the blowers and stuff because that is a muscle
I would
machine.
love to know. Are there
Hmm.
people? I saw somebody make a comment, right? People are making
Yes.
comments on there.
Oh, yeah. Well, one person just said hi. Hilux said hi.
Oh, okay.
Nobody
So I
else
was
said anything
wondering,
yet.
like, if we threw it out there, like,
Mhm.
what the fans really think Muscle Machines is. Like, does it bother them when we do a car in the style, but the motor is not like the motor's, the
Yeah.
hood's closed and the motor's
Yeah.
not sticking out. Like, do they
Okay.
still appreciate that, or do they only like the blown motor sticking out?
Mhm.
What
Okay.
do you think? What's your opinion on
Um,
it?
well, I think it depends on the casting. Now, I did get another box from Maisto, and I'm going to show one of the cars because it speaks to what we're talking about right now. So, Gene Winfield 61 Cadillac,
Oh yeah,
right? So that one doesn't have blown motor because obviously his car didn't, but
right.
I think it depends on the casting. Like if it's like a Charger or something, you kind of want to see it. You know what I mean? You want to
Yeah,
see the
for
blower
sure.
and
Yeah,
stuff sticking out of it. So yeah, so tell us, did you work on this one directly?
that one. The design of it was done by an old designer of ours, Bryce Dirksen. I might be butchering his name. He's over at Jada now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, he did the initial design, and then I believe Brad Trimmer did the e sheet for it. So he picked the deco and the color, and then I might have made some tweaks to it just to kind of like get it,
Mm-hmm.
dialed in. Because when we first got it,
Mm-hmm.
um, if you could see the fades in there, like on the sides
Yeah,
and on
definitely
the
on the
tops, it's
roof.
really hard to
Yeah.
see on the on the video, but
Mm-hmm.
I know you could see them in person. Those
Yeah.
fades, they didn't come out so great at first. I had to like improvise the e sheet and
Right.
call out some colors differently, and then we nailed it. I think.
Yeah, no, it looks cool. I don't really know a lot about this build or the story behind the real car. Um,
Yeah,
but
so
it
Gene
is
Winfield, I mean,
okay.
he's like, I think he's almost 100 years old.
Oh,
I
really?
think he just celebrated like, I'm sorry if I get it wrong, but it was like his 98th or 99th birth. He's like up there in age, and he's still customizing cars at his age. He
Really?
still goes around touring
Kind of
around
like
to different car shows,
kind of
and
like Barris, you know?
yeah, and so he does chops and the metal work on the cars, and then he also is known for they call it like the Gene Winfield fade. So those fades on the car, we wanted to get like just perfect because that's kind of like what he's known for, you know?
Right. Oh, that totally makes sense. I'm just reading that. It says he did a large part of the car used in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
So that's
And
kind of
I think
cool.
crazy story. I think he actually has one of those cars on his lot where his shop is at.
Oh, no way. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. So they call this Maybelline. He's named it
Yeah,
Maybelline.
Maybelline.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he did a Model T that he took to Bonneville Speedway, which is also really cool. I'd like to go there one day. So this one is
Yeah,
part
he's
of
had a
Series
book.
4. Go on,
Yep.
sorry.
Oh,
What
I
were you
was gonna say he has like a book of all like builds of his, and he's right up there with like Barris, where he's just got all these famous builds, and he
Mhm.
sells them around the world.
Cool.
I'm sure some are in museums.
Oh yeah, probably. Definitely. I think it's really cool that he has one of the movie cars though. So
Yeah.
this is part of Series 4. So this is the same series that Old Smokey comes in. And then there's also an Audi Sport, 49 Merc, Mustang SVT, and an 87 Buick GNX. So that one's gonna be cool.
Hmm.
So this was the second one that I got that I think people would be excited about.
Yeah. Liberty Walk.
Um, yeah, 99 Skyline R34. So there was a version of this done for the SuperCon, right? Or one of,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's, I think they called it that car the silhouette
Oh,
Nissan
that's right. Yeah.
Skyline. I think it
Yeah.
was like an homage to an older race car of theirs,
Mhm. Yep.
of Nissan's. Um, and but yeah, the Diecast Supercon did the exact same thing, but they did like a pink version for Diecast
Oh,
Supercon.
okay. It was pink, wasn't it? Okay.
So it was like a different color,
Yeah, and then there was like an
more.
artist version or something too. I think that one was maybe that one was red. Lee Allen did something on that one I saw.
Yeah, Lee Allen did the
Yeah.
packaging and everything, and he worked with
Hmm.
us to get that dialed in.
That's
Yeah,
cool. So you guys obviously already had this casting done, and then you released yours,
yeah.
and then they had theirs for
It's
the show.
funny though. It's funny though because the Diecast Supercon one came out before ours came out to the
Before,
stores.
yeah, I know. So
Yeah,
how does that work out sometimes?
I it's really weird. I don't know. people you know people give us some crap because our stuff doesn't end up in the stores the way it should always.
Yeah, yeah.
But with these ones, I think we talked about it a little bit last time. They were just like some of the cars were just not coming out the way we wanted them to. And
Hmm.
so we went back and forth with our factory and, of course, the licensors, like
Yeah.
Scotty's truck, the Old Smoky.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
I was going back and forth with him just to get, him happy with the look of it,
Yeah.
and then also with the factory getting it correct.
Hmm.
And same thing for the Nissan one, the
Yeah,
Liberty
there's
Walk.
a lot of different names on here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that takes time,
And then,
definitely.
well, yeah, I don't know why. I'm guessing because they ordered it before we were actually scheduled to produce ours.
Hmm.
So they just like got it right in time where they were able to get it produced before ours actually went into production.
Hmm.
So
And
kind of crazy.
oh yeah, and I also want to mention that we concluded that I got the first one off the line. Remember that last time? So I'm
Yeah.
just going to bring that up again because you know. And then this was the third one, the Mustang RTRX.
Yeah. See, these cars I haven't even seen in person yet.
Whoa, okay. There we go.
Believe it or not. You would
So,
think I would have a whole bunch of them right here, but
right? So is this is not a chase, right? Because it would say,
no, that's not a chase.
okay. Because I wasn't sure. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
so
one's
that
a
one is
little
is the
different, but
production version.
but it's not. It's oh, is it part of? Yeah, it is. So it's the first of Series 5. And then we've got some comments here. So someone named Miniature Mustang says he has that one. So they must be out in the US then. I haven't
Yeah,
seen them in Canada
I saw
yet.
some people getting him in like Australia before everybody else was getting them.
Hmm. I
So it's
think we
just
just got the last series like of this, like the Ferrari and the other ones from the last series that we talked about in the
hmm
last show. I think we just got those to the Toys R Us's.
yeah,
Um,
and I think the way it happens is they come out um, when there's an order. That's like
mhm.
I mean we have it's like our thing is like we're a factory, right? It's
Yeah,
and they operate very much like a factory, not so much like um, a toy company getting the stuff produced from a factory. Like they operate like a factory.
yeah,
So when they're producing the stuff, they're only producing it if there's orders for it, right?
yeah. That
And
makes
so
sense.
when we have newer designs, even if they're behind schedule, like they're not gonna run them until they know that the line is still getting ordered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
And
that
so
makes
we were
sense.
running into that problem where if they're sitting on the shelf at Target or Walmart and there's some peg warmers and nobody's putting out new stuff, then it's kind of on hold until they get more orders for the stuff. It's
Yeah.
it's really crazy the way it works, but that's kind of what has delayed some of it.
Hmm.
Not that it's
So
not selling, but there are some cars that just aren't selling.
yeah, no, I get it. But I think from what I've seen, Toys R Us is the only place that carries it in Canada right now. I don't
hmm
think Walmart has them or is getting them. And I know that
Oh, okay.
M2 was having an issue with their product coming to Canada as well. So,
Hmm.
um,
Is Target in Canada still carrying it?
no, we don't have any Targets in Canada anymore. They've all been
Oh,
pulled
okay.
out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So it's really just Walmart and Toys R Us. And you guys don't have Toys R Us, only we do now.
Yeah, I'm
But
jealous. You got a Toys R Us.
it got bought by a US company, I believe. So I heard that they were going to be reopening them. So
Yeah, I keep
and
hearing
probably
that.
revamping. Yeah.
I would
Um,
imagine I would imagine some companies are gonna be weary of
mhm.
working with them again, but
Yeah, and then they always
just
change
because.
things too, so who knows what it's gonna look like. But with the Walmarts, we don't actually carry, in Canada at least, they don't carry all the lines. Like we do not carry, or I shouldn't say we, Walmart doesn't have Johnny Lightning or Auto
Hmm,
World. Like it's just strictly Hot Wheels and M2 pretty much. And
hmm.
then yeah, there's not a lot of other brands. So that kind of sucks for the average collector because
I know
you
we
have to
we
get from
do
the store.
have several distributors in Canada. I'm trying to think of some of the shops up there that carry our stuff.
We do have
My brain.
Maisto because I've seen it at the Walmarts, like the transports and haulers and stuff, but not the muscle machines.
hmm
I haven't seen that yet.
How about Canadian Tire Company? Do they have? Have you been
They're,
there?
yeah, they don't have a lot of toys though, so
Oh,
maybe
okay.
they do. I should
I've
check
heard they
them
carry
out.
some of our stuff.
Yeah, I should
Yeah.
check them out. Yes, someone's just reminding me, Green Line Majorette. Yes, they do. So somebody was asking, I think it was the Mustang guy, he was asking what new chases. What are the new
What new
chases?
chases?
Yeah, coming out that are coming out, if you can tell us.
If I remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, probably. Up to
I have a
you.
list. I have a list going of which ones are the chases, but yeah, if I
You
can remember, I don't
you
know.
could just make them up. Can you imagine? Everyone's like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
there's a Super B chase coming
One
out."
thing I
Eddie
can tell
Castro
you, one
TV.
thing, one thing I can tell you, and I think people have figured it out, is
Okay.
the chase cars at Walmart are matte black with gold accents,
Okay.
right? And so they have like a little
Hmm.
sticker logo on the sides of the car. Um, and then they'll have like gold accents or gold wheels or something like that. But for some reason our factory stopped putting the limited edition uh, hologram sticker on the package. Not
Oh,
sure why.
okay.
I've asked
Yeah.
them about it, and so some of the chases are out there, and there's no limited edition sticker on it.
But
So
I
they're a
think
little
that's
bit more
part,
discreet.
yeah, elusive. I think that's part of
Yeah,
the hunt though. Don't you think? Like it makes it more exciting
I
because
think so.
M2 did that where they stopped putting the one of 250 and the one of 750 on there. So it's harder
Hmm.
for people and the like little silver stickers
Yeah,
and stuff. So I think it's more fun to find something on the pegs and you're just like, wait a minute, rather
yeah.
than
It's something
buying
different about this one.
it. Yeah,
Heck
definitely.
yeah.
Um, so
There
yeah,
was some that came out. Well, that we did, and I've seen like samples of them. But because Target dropped the line, I don't think people will see them unless Target.com is still carrying it. Then they might see them. But like there was a RWB Porsche chase in the Target ones that was like that
oh,
liquid red color. It was so badass. But
oh,
if they stop carrying it, then
what
nobody will
series
see it.
was that? Like the one of the first series, or
It would have been the same.
because I got
Let me
that
see.
green one. Was it in that? Hi,
Yeah,
Colton.
in the yeah,
Okay,
yeah, in the same one as the green one.
okay. So yeah, I have that one
It would have
somewhere.
been series three.
Where?
It would have been series three.
Oh, okay. We'll have to look out for that one. So that's a sneaky chase then? Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. If
So
it made it out, I'm not sure.
someone says I
Oh
found
yeah,
an M chase in a Cracker Barrel restaurant.
yeah.
Really?
Cracker Barrel is carrying our stuff now. Yeah.
Oh wow. That sounds like an interesting
Hobby
restaurant. I
Lobby.
think I'd like to go there. Yeah, we definitely don't have those. So
Yeah, there's
what's in
one
it?
out here. I live in Victorville, and there's one out here.
So what's it like? What do they have? What do they sell there? Like macaroni and cheese or something?
It's like I guess it's famous for like being kind of like a country western, like home cooking, home style cooking. I
Oh,
went there
sounds
one
like
time with
this
my
then.
wife, and we had like the breakfast, and it was good. It wasn't like wow, you know what I mean?
Is,
But
is
it was
there
good.
is there like cheese on everything? Is that their thing or what?
You know what? I don't know. The thing that I noticed that was different was it had like I think they had like grits with the with the breakfast like
Yeah.
so you get like biscuits and gravy and stuff like that and but then
That
they
sounds
have
pretty
like a
good.
little shop next to the restaurant where you can
Okay.
buy all kinds of cool stuff
Oh,
like old
nice.
like like drinks and candies and
Oh,
um
neat.
like country type trinkets and toys. They have toys in there. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's totally different. You wouldn't expect to find muscle machines or any kind of
Yeah,
muscle
totally.
stuff at a
I'm
Cracker
gonna have to go
Barrel
check the one over here
restaurant.
to see
Yeah, you
if.
should. Wouldn't that be funny if you just found your own chase? So we got lots of people talking in here. Colton is saying
Cool.
he found so this is Melinda's son. I don't know if you met Melinda at the conventions. She's
I
the
don't
scammer
remember
slayer.
the
You probably
what.
heard of her. The scammer slayer. She catches all the diecast scammers. Anyway,
Oh,
so
did
her
you have her
son.
on your show?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Okay, I think I met her out there just once
probably.
by chance. Yeah.
Yeah, so her son is a big die caster too, and he says he found
Oh, cool.
a Liberty Walk chase. I think he said it was a Liberty Walk chase. Did they make a chase of that one? Or maybe he
I
used
haven't
the
seen
right
a
one.
taste of that one.
Okay.
Now I want to see what he's talking about.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Colton, you're gonna have to send that to me, and then I'll send it to you. Um,
Yeah.
so we talked about Disneyland last time. Have you gone back?
Uh, I did.
Okay.
Well, the last time we talked, I had went to the Star Wars night, right?
Yes, that's right. Yes. And then we
Yeah.
were talking about it because I wanted to go to that Orlando show. And then I was like, oh,
Hmm.
if I go to the show, are you going to that, by the way? That's next week.
No, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything from CJ
Oh,
or
you haven't?
anybody.
Okay.
He's probably just assuming that I can't make it just because it's far away, but I don't know.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, me
That'd be
either.
cool to go though. I would have been down if
I
you would ask me.
know, me too. That's what I was thinking too, but he's, like, super busy with all the different shows that they're doing now.
Yeah.
And then so, yeah, I'm gonna go to the LA, the Hot Wheels one, but I guess
Oh, cool.
you'd mostly go to shows that have, like, all the different brands, like something like House of Cars because they support all the brands and
Yeah.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I haven't been to any of the like solo, like like a Mattel, like a Hot Wheels convention,
Yeah,
or I mean, I probably should go
like,
just
as a
to see what
spy.
it's all about. But what's that? Like a
I said
spy?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a spy.
I mean, it's research. It's research.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
no,
mean, I don't know, they'd probably turn me back around and send me home. I don't
no,
know.
no, no. Actually, you know
Like
what?
Sean knows who I am, so I can't go to the M2 one and go unnoticed.
Yeah, no, Sean's cool though. He said he's gonna be on the show, but he's like so busy that I can barely get a hold of him. He's like, yeah, sure. So
Uh,
we keep sending him updates. I'm like, okay, this date's open, this date's open. Um, so I found this in my collection. I've just been going through boxes,
oh,
and
nice.
is like the detail that Jada did back then. I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of the newer stuff that Jade is doing,
Yeah,
but I don't know if this is
it was
something that you
insane.
would have been involved in. This is from 2005. I don't know if you were there at that
2005.
time. Yeah.
I was there. Yeah, I left in 2006. I think the
Okay.
beginning of 2006.
Just the details just blow me away. Like the engine details and like, oh man,
Yeah.
like reading
The
the
thing
box.
the thing about Jada back then
Hmm.
was we were doing everything like the team that we had, like got the details down so good and translated it to Hong Kong, and the factory over there. Like
Hmm.
like we worked with them so closely and got the look down so good that whenever we would do e-sheets, for something new, like you
Yeah.
really didn't have to explain it to them 100 times. Like they knew
Hmm.
exactly how the wheels should look, they knew exactly how the engine should look, and like everything was slammed to the ground, and you know what I mean. Like they just translated it really well, and were like on autopilot because we just described the look so well to them.
You know what I thought was really cool is because I had the whole Players series and they had, the Players wheels, and then this charger that I just showed has Cartelli
Mhm.
wheels. And I actually went to a shop to get my wheels redone, BBS's, for my
Mhm.
ACR, and he had like these big wheels, like he had Players and a bunch of other brands, and I was like, oh my god, like I have the line of diecast. I didn't even realize that
Yeah.
like they're real wheels. And like
Yeah.
this one says
Cartelli.
Cartelli. Yeah, and I was like, man, like
I
that
was
is
actually
so
doing a
cool.
website for Cartelli at one time. This was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I had a Honda Accord at the time, and I had some big old 20-inch Cartellis on my car.
Oh no way, that's awesome. What did you have? Was it like
It was just
a
a Honda
G
Accord.
body or something? Oh, okay, okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
hey, how did you get that to fit? What tire size did you have on there?
Actually, they had to like tub out my wheel,
I was gonna say roll
my
your
fenders, because
fenders.
yeah, they had
Yeah.
to roll them because they were hitting hard on there, and it wasn't even lowered.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, you're gonna have to show me some pictures of that if you still have
I
it.
probably do have some
Oh
somewhere.
my
I'll have
God,
to,
you,
I'll have to
you
look
should
for
totally make that into a diecast, like an
them.
old
Yeah.
school diecast, and it'll be like, Eddie's
You
version.
know which car I miss is
Yeah.
I had a '96 Honda Civic, two door, not a hatchback, but I just loved that car. That it was brand new 90 when they first made that '96 model.
Yep. Yep.
Just loved that car. Yeah, that was a good car. It looked lowered like from the factory.
Oh yeah, okay. So that's actually similar to like the ACR because of the
Mm,
suspension it comes with. It's like you don't have to do anything to it. It's perfect.
yeah, just some good wheels and good
That's
to
all.
go.
That's all I need. Yep, that's all I need. Same with my charger. I mean, I just like I put bigger wheels on it, and then like I put like 295s in the back. Like just, I mean, I didn't tub it out, but fatter wheels in the back, offset, I guess is what they call it. And then just
Hmm.
threw a hood on it and changed the whole look of the whole car. Like
Oh yeah,
that's what's so cool about diecast too, because you can like mix and match. It's like people are customizing diecast cars now
yeah,
and putting different wheels on it and painting them. Like it's endless. And I mean, that's what you do for a living, which is pretty
yeah, and
cool.
that's one thing. Like our fresh metal cars are really cheap. Our 3-inch fresh metal cars, and
Mhm.
people will buy them, and the wheels aren't the best, but yeah, people will buy them and throw on some aftermarket badass deep dish wheels on them, and they look
Yeah.
cool, man. They look really cool.
Yeah. So someone was asking, it's so Rico says, what part did you have in Homie's Eddie? Oh, I
In
guess
homies,
he's asking you. He's saying, yeah, homies. Yeah.
yeah. So not in the original homies, the original figures, but
Yeah.
in when Jada was doing homie rollers,
Homie rollers. Yeah.
um, I believe it was the first um the first series of 164 homie rollers. I
Hmm.
did all of the turnarounds for the figures, and then
Okay.
I believe Sergio Rocha and Kevin Geraldez did like a lot of the graphics for all the vehicles. And well, I know Sergio was doing packaging then, so he might have done the packaging. Um, but yeah, I did all the turnarounds for all the characters, all the designs for all the characters
Well, that's cool.
for
So you
that
do
first
characters
series.
and cars.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah.
cool.
My passion is like really like cartoony
Mhm,
characters that
mhm.
I've been drawing like characters since I was a kid. So I've always liked to draw like cartoons and stuff like that. So like the figures just came natural. The hardest part is like trying to see stuff in 3D when you're drawing in 2D.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
So because you got to like show like each side of the character for them to reproduce it.
Mhm. Someone was asking a question here to me and saying that I have a lot of subscribers, but only 7 people are watching. So my answer for that is this is a new show. I have a whole bunch of other videos for my cars, like review videos and different collections that I've seen, which get a lot more views. And the show, because it's live, is a little bit harder to get. I mean, same with Instagram. I mean, Instagram maybe is a little bit easier, but I'm starting to get some traction. Some of my videos are getting some good views,
Yeah,
so it's getting there.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool how you're being consistent like each week, right?
Mhm.
Every Thursday, right? Every Thursday at 6.
Yep.
And so like I think if you keep that up, you're going to develop that, you know, consistent watching.
Well, that's what I
Right
was
now people are
thinking.
probably
Yeah.
like
And then people will
just
get,
learning about it.
yeah, people get excited about it. People will figure it out, and then they'll be like, okay, well, I'll turn notifications on, or oh, okay, let me subscribe, so it'll tell me when she's doing the next video, right? So yeah,
Mhm.
no. Thanks for everybody that's saying that they're gonna help out. I love you guys. I've been talking to
That's
some
awesome.
different people, so I'm hoping to get a few different types of people. I might get someone that does licensing as well. Um,
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you know him, Jim Burr. Do you know Jim? He's a big
Jim
Mopar
Burr.
collector, but he does a lot of the licensing. And
His
so I
name
was
sounds familiar.
he.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. You might have seen him at a convention or something. So that, and then I was actually talking to a really famous racer, another racer. So hopefully I
Cool.
get her on her,
Nice.
and she has
Mhm.
actually a lot of diecast too. So we'll see. But yeah, I kind of like to mix it up and have, designers and people from the diecast community as well as automotive, because that's kind of like my two
Yeah,
passions, right? So yeah.
yeah, and then it's gonna take people to like mention it on their channels, and that's how it's just
Mhm.
gonna keep going.
Yeah, because
Heck
that's kind
yeah.
of how my Instagram started, was all automotive stuff, and all the Mopar and Dodge stuff that I did with them.
Hmm.
And then I started doing the die casting, and I started going hard into die casting, and it's like a whole different world, right? It does
Yeah,
overlap. So that's why I thought this show would be kind of cool, because you can
totally.
kind of get both of them to overlap. But I should probably pocket check you. Do you have anything to show us
See,
today?
I was prepared. I was prepared.
Oh, look at that. What you got?
I got
Okay.
fresh metal lead slinger.
Lead
This is
sling. Okay.
yeah, lead slinger. It's got like some Gatling guns for on top of the engine.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. So this is not a
Yeah.
is this a concept of somebody that's actually built something like that looks like that, or
No, this one I was really. I mean, I've always been a fan of Mad Max,
oh yeah. I
and
was just
then
gonna watch
at the
Fury
time,
Road today.
yeah, heck yeah. And then at the time when I designed this one, I think what was there was a show or a movie. Was it Death Race with Jason Statham? I think it
Yeah.
was Death
Yeah,
Race.
yeah, yeah. Where he's like
They,
in
they had like
jail.
some
Yeah.
armored cars and stuff, and they were racing
Hmm.
them like in a
Yep.
prison or something.
Yep. In the prison, yeah.
And so that's where I got the idea for this one. It's a design I did I think in 2006 or 2007 for our fresh metal line.
Nice. I
A lot of
like the
people a lot of
color. I
people dig
approve
this
of
one.
the color. I approve of the color. That's my favorite.
Oh, thanks.
So
Yeah,
Gatling
this one's
guns,
a
what
little
else
more.
is got on it?
What's that?
I said Gatling guns. What else does it have on it? It's hard to see.
Oh yeah, I mean it's got like a V8 motor, and it's got little panelings on it, for like what do you call it? Just like thick armor,
Oh,
and then
okay,
like
got it. Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
armor over the windows, and then it's like heavy metal plating in the back,
Oh,
and
that's
then a
pretty
roll
cool.
bar.
That's pretty cool. You know what
Thanks.
I always thought would be really cool to build as a real car. I don't think I've seen it as a die cast, is the Charger from Purge. Do you remember the Purge? And he had that, I
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
was Purge, and then he armored it all out too. And then he was like driving down the
I'll,
streets, and that I thought that
I'll
was
have
really
to
cool.
watch that again.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was the first one. Maybe the second one? I don't remember.
I'll have to watch it. Yeah,
Yeah, and
I
it's
don't
like
remember that.
matte black, and he's got all the armor plating on it, and I was like, man, that'd be so cool if you could make that into a real car.
Heck
I don't
yeah.
know. I mean, obviously you couldn't have the guns on it and drive around, but still, it could be cool. Or as a die cast would be pretty cool. Because I think Jada did a line called, what was it called? What was the line called? Battle Machines. Was it Jada or Maisto? They were called battle machines, and they were like that, like
Yeah,
apocalypse
Jada.
style
Yeah, Jada.
vehicle. Yeah, and
Yep.
I had some like Camaros and stuff. They're pretty cool, and a lot of people look at
I
them and
think
they're
that
like,
was right around the same time of that movie, Death Race.
"Oh, okay,"
So I
because
think
I saw
we were all
them.
kind of leaning on the same inspiration.
Yeah, those are actually really cool. A lot of people don't know they exist. So when they see
Yeah.
them, they're just like, "Oh, that's so cool!" But like, they've never seen them, and they even had like battle rigs, and it's pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, Mesa was gonna do like a whole line of stuff, and we ended up not doing it. But Jada did some at that same time.
So you know what I don't see a lot of anymore is Barago. Like I've seen the older 124ths, but I haven't seen
Hmm.
anything else.
Oh,
So
there's a lot of stuff.
okay.
We're still doing 118s. We have the Ferrari license exclusively
Oh,
for
okay.
I think it's for a certain price point. So it's like 164 up to like I want to say like about 60 to
143rd.
$80 retail or something like that.
Oh,
And
okay.
and so but we do sub license to like Tomy Takara because they do
Okay, yeah.
right. They do so some Tamika ones.
Mhm.
Um, and then yeah, but we have the Ferrari license. We have a lot of stuff coming out in Barago every year.
Oh, okay, and where are those sold at?
It's not so big. It's not so big over here. I mean, not in the states. I don't know about Canada, but Euro Asia is
Europe?
really big on
Yeah.
Barago.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say, yeah, because I mean, originally Baraga was made in, was it Italy or like somewhere like
yeah, it
that?
was made in
Yeah.
Italy.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
and they're still big in Italy.
Okay. Cool. And then are they still making? Are you guys still designing like 124ths and bigger, or is it just the smaller stuff?
We're still doing 118, 124, 164, 143rd, 132nd. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff in there.
So someone commented, Rico. He said, "Love the Mark Gonzalez deck on the wall."
Oh, thanks.
And then what else here? He's asking, has anyone done the Death Mobile from Animal House? I don't know. Not
I
that I
don't.
can
I
think of.
think I
I know
have
that.
seen that one. I think somebody did it in 118.
Oh, okay.
I want to say like maybe Greenlight or somebody.
Hmm. I feel like Hot Wheels did something for Animal House. No? I don't know. I just remember seeing the package, but maybe not. Oh, Charles is saying, damn, now I gotta look for battle rigs. I still have some, Charles. I still have some.
Yeah, those were cool.
Um, I thought there were too, with like the little guns and stuff on
Yeah,
them. Oh yeah, so Charles says, yeah, Greenlight. Greenlight did the Animal House.
yeah, I think so. Yep.
So anything else new that you can talk about, or even in your personal life, like your art, anything that you're working on or collaborating with
Uh,
someone or
um, I I got a cool message the other day.
hmm
Um, I don't want to spoil it. Like I don't want to like. I think
say,
it's gonna
yeah.
be cool if it happens. If it happens, it'll be cool. But I don't know if you've ever heard of Frankensons.
Yeah, definitely. I
It's a
went there.
big.
hmm
Oh, when you were visiting, you went there.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and I did a little video.
Okay, so it's a pretty big like collectibles and cards and all kinds of
It was,
stuff they sell there.
yeah, it was like, it was really cool. Like I didn't expect it to look like that. It was like a massive
Yeah,
mall for collectors.
yeah, pretty much. And they
hmm
have everything. They have sports memorabilia, all kinds of stuff.
hmm
Um, but I'm friends with the guy. I believe he's the son, one of the sons,
Okay.
and so he messaged me about something, and I was like, yeah, let's do that. So
Ooh,
we
that's
still got to talk about
exciting.
it, but I think it could be cool. Could be really
That's
cool. I know that's very
exciting.
vague, but yeah,
Well, if they reached out to you, then that's hopefully it happens then, right?
yeah. Hopefully it happens. I don't know what else is going on. I'm doing some freelance stuff, but nothing I could really talk about. Or um, I want to
But
do
you
some
have
more
like,
skateboards. Did I
yeah,
show them to you last time?
which you only showed me the ones that you got from the SuperCon, like the one that you got. I think that was the only
Oh
one that you
yeah.
showed me. Yeah.
Oh, but you saw them in my display, right? I'll just show you. Like I have on my site, I sell this one. This is a
Oh, okay. Yeah.
'53 Chevy,
Nice.
and
That's
then
beautiful. So
and
you
then I've
do the
got this
art. You do the art, and then it gets
'59.
like, what is that? Like painted or wrapped on, like a wrap or something?
It's like I believe it's like a dye sublimation printer
Oh, okay.
printed on there.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
So yeah,
Wow.
that's a '59 Brookwood wagon. I want to do more stuff like this.
And then you do like hats and stuff too, right? I like the hats that you have on your
Yeah,
shirt. Yeah.
yeah. I've got like my thing is like Castro 13, so I have like one that has like a big 13 in like Roman numerals, and then I've got the one that says goons, and everybody always asks me about
Yeah.
the goons one,
What is
like
it?
what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of has two meanings to me. I had a line, well, like a clothing line called Gangster Billy, and
Okay.
it was very like like rockabilly greaser stuff,
Mhm.
and I would always like say like like the followers were like Gangster Billy zombies or Gangster Billy goons,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
so like it's kind of like that. But then it turned it for me. It turned into kind of like an art goons type thing. So it's like I don't know. It's just like a little posse of mine, like
Yeah, yeah.
whoever rocks with me.
You could make that into, like, a cartoon line or something.
Yeah, could be cool. I that's something that I dabbled with when I don't know if you remember like back in shoot when dang, what days were those? Like America Online days, I guess.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Back in
Okay.
the day,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when I first started learning how to do like websites and getting online and everything, like I was doing my own websites
Oh,
and I
wow.
started dabbling with like animation. And so I was like doing like flash animation. But now
Mhm.
it's all changed though, because like now they have different programs and stuff. Um, but I've always wanted to do like my own cartoon or like my own,
Mhm, mhm,
like I don't know, my own little world.
mhm. Well, I feel ya.
I don't know what it I don't know what it is yet.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
know it'll be kinda like bottoed out and skateboarders.
Yeah, and, like, lowriders and stuff. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I
heck
can see
yeah.
that. So, when are you gonna start working on that? Because 'Cause that'd be pretty cool. Like, it could be like an
I need to
online
work on it.
cartoon,
Yeah, could be
and
cool.
then you, like, subscribe to it or something. That'd be cool. I like that. And
Yeah.
then you can just put me in there. I'll be driving the Charger going
Jovita,
at it.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd look good as a cartoon. Well, because I always cartoon out of photos, right? I always, like,
Yeah.
tune the photo using the app, and I think it looks pretty cool. But it's definitely something totally different, from drawing. What do you think about that? About, like, all the technology, like, kinda taking away a little bit,
You
from
mean
the
like
whole
the whole
process?
AI stuff?
Yeah, like, do you feel like
I
it's
think it's
taking away
crazy.
from you think it's great?
No, I think it's crazy.
Oh,
Like,
crazy, yeah.
it's kinda like borderline scary, like,
It
what,
is.
what they're planning to do with it, you know what I mean? Like, things that I've seen, like, animations, right? Where, I'm sure they're just, like, putting in some words, like and then it's, like, creating this animation.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know, I just feel
I've
like
heard
it
of
could
that.
create some.
I've heard of that, like, you could describe somebody and it'll, like, give you that person animated, and it's like, "What?" I don't
Yeah.
know. And then I
Like,
heard
I don't know
that
if you there's a
go
dude I
on.
followed on Instagram, and he did, like it was like a Wu-Tang Clan song, and the whole song was, like, done with all these, like, AI animated clips, and
Really?
it was like yeah, and it was like they were, like, kinda rapping and stuff, and it was, like, kind of going with the song, and it was, with the transitions and everything, and it was just nuts, like, I don't know,
Wow.
I
So,
just
like
think I mean, I guess it's really powerful where it's gonna make people who don't have a lot of talent, like,
yeah,
more, more of
yeah,
a force to be reckoned with. But, I don't know if I don't know if it'll still have, like, the same soul of, like, whether you know what I mean? Like, if you create something or I create something, it's like it's coming from some soul, like, some experience.
yeah, it's
I don't
like
know if
auto-tune.
I don't know if you would get that same soul.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I totally get it. It's like auto-tune and singers that you can feel the
Yeah.
soul in their voice and, they can hit different
I
notes
mean,
that, like, you know
don't get me wrong, I've seen some, like, wild images, that
Mhm.
have been, like, created just from people putting in words, and I'm like, "Holy crap," like, if they can create that, like, they can create anything? But
And videos,
I don't
and
know.
they do voices now. Apparently, there's, like, a scam where
Yep.
they will,
Yeah,
like,
there's a
call
scam.
you and all this stuff, and you think it's, like,
Yeah,
your
like, say that
family member. like it's
They
somebody
had your
you
daughter
know.
or something like that.
Yeah, and they can do her voice, and it's like, what? I don't know.
Yep.
It
And
is
then
a
they
little
say like,
thing.
I guess they can just from a few words, like if they have any video or audio of you saying a few words, they can mimic your
Mhm.
voice, where you can have they can have you saying anything, you know. And then like
The world is a little
I've heard of
scary.
stuff where yeah, like like they can falsify images and stuff. Like
Mhm.
they could probably put someone in a crime scene that wasn't really there. That's kind of scary.
It is. There's a guy that I follow on Instagram that does hand painted signs, like the old school, like script hand painted. It's almost
Hmm.
like pinstriping.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
when you see that and you see, say, a digital image of that, it's not the same. It's totally not
yeah,
the same.
totally.
And you see him painting it. That's part of why he's so popular because all these videos he does,
Right.
hand painting. And I
Yeah,
mean, the same thing with
like
drawing.
I don't know if I think it was part of a documentary. There was a sign painter documentary. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Mm,
I have
mhm,
it. I think it was on Apple, where you could watch it on Apple. But
mhm,
I it was called Sign Painters or something like that, and they talked about how sign painters were really popular, right? And then um, the digital age came, and people were just making the graphics on a computer and like
Yep,
spitting out vinyl, and
yep,
then they were showing like the places that had that, the vinyl logos, and like they
mhm.
were just didn't even compare to what the hand painted ones look like.
And
I
even like
That's kind
window
of like what
displays.
we're saying, right?
Yeah, and like window displays, like the older department stores that would do like these extravagant window displays for Christmas, and like that's all kind of
Hmm.
changed too.
Yep.
Even the window writers, people that used to do all those drawings and stuff. And I mean,
Hmm.
even like graffiti, like old school proper graffiti art is
Yeah,
dying and
yeah.
now has become a negative thing, right? Because they're
I
tagging
think yeah,
everything
it's always been kind of like
taboo
very
sort of thing.
outlawish, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's always
Mhm.
been very outlawish. But I feel like it's gotten kind of more notoriety though because of like the famous graffiti artists that have crossed over into like you know having their art on display in you know museums and
Mhm.
galleries and stuff.
Is Banksy one of those people? Because I like saw that he's
Yeah, for
coming to
sure,
Vancouver, and I was
for
like, oh,
sure.
interesting. I think I saw a documentary on this person. So yeah.
Yeah,
Well, looks like we're just about out of time. I'm just gonna
that was
scroll through
fun.
the comments here to
It
see
went
if
by
anybody else.
fast.
I know it did, didn't it? See, we always have
Yeah,
fun. We're gonna have to have you back again.
for sure.
But thank you for coming on the show again and telling us all
Yeah, no
about
problem.
the new stuff, the Series 5 stuff, and then of course Smokey. I thought that was an interesting update on the truck, because man, I couldn't even
Yeah,
believe it.
crazy.
Someone told me that it crashed and I was like, no. And then I read it and I was like, seriously, 175 feet? And then I saw the video. Ugh.
Yeah, that was nuts. I'm so
But I guess
glad
you take
his
that risk. angels
angels were with him and he walked away from
Mhm.
that. That's
Oh,
crazy.
definitely. But he's gonna go for it again. So yeah, with a different car. But anyways, thank you so much for being on the show. Love
No,
having
thank you for
you.
having me.
And it's so interesting talking to you, and we always have so much to talk about. That's why we like can do an hour no problem.
Heck yeah.
But I feel like we need to go to Disneyland and Universal Studios together one day. So we'll have to work on
That'd be cool.
that. All right. Well, thanks again. And everybody,
All
I
right.
will see you on Thursday at 6 p.m. I'm not sure who I'm going to have on yet, but I guess we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.
I saw somebody mention my ACDC shirt.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
Heck yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, there's a bunch of people mentioning stuff about your board. They said they love the board with the wagon on it. I don't
Colton,
see
I
the
think it was
shirt.
Colton.
Yeah, Colton.
He
Yeah, he
says
loves
me,
you.
me.
All right. Thanks so much again. See you later.
Thank you.
All
Talk to you
right.
later.
Bye.
Bye.